We're in the Australian Alps and we have woken up to this thick snow, roads closed, and about 400 k's that way on top of a mountain is Australia's highest pub, and that's exactly where we're headed.
The boys are back. The bush mechanic crew reassembled. From the harsh red centre to the white peaks of the Australian Alps. Between us and the pub, cold, unforgiving mountains, steep snow climbs, and sunsets you won't believe. This is the High Country done properly. As we've entered the mountains, there's been reports of storms all around, with potential heavy falls on the horizon. Is that a tree down up there?
Yeah, it looks like a decent sized tree too.
Snowfall below 1,000 metres is rare in this part of the world. However, just as we hit the 700 metre mark, a daunting reality hits us.
Have a look at that, you can probably even see it out the window falling. That is snow falling. Look at it on the bonnet there. I've never seen snow this low, I even heard of it, so I think that snowstorm is pretty much chasing us.
We've just headed into some super dense scrub here. This track has not been driven in a long time, and it's actually snowing all the way down here, which is unbelievable.
The window's small and the weather's moving. Polar air rides in off the Southern Ocean, and moist westerlies load up. The rain shoves it skyward, the air cools, and the switch flips to dumping.
How's the change? In about 15 minutes, everything outside now is just white. This snowstorm really is chasing us far out. This is insane. It's gonna be one hell of an adventure by the time we get to this pub.
A few 100 metres higher, the track narrows, steepens, and the snow deepens. First summit in sight.
We're in the GU, fresh after a big build on it. Now, we didn't have time to finish everything, but we finished most things. It's running and driving, and have a look out there. This is, oh, she's deep. You're gonna go a lot of backwards and forwards being first car. Go the GU, oh! That new Raptor paint is copping a workout. Go GU, go, go, go!
I can hear a TD42 and there's snow and soot appearing through the trees, but that's it. How you going up there, mate?
I've had mud flying, I've had dust flying, I've never had snow flying onto my bonnet. This is a ton of fun. Work that wheel, work that wheel, work that wheel, yeah! Yes! Go GU, go!
All right, Luxie. It's good to have you back, mate. Let's have some fun. I've brought the Hilux, equipped for this. Big tyres, high mount winch, light and sure-footed. The Simpson Hero is back, the off-road animal Prado. Dave knows snow, but it's the Prado's first real test in it.
So got the call from the boys, they want to get the band back together, the old Simpson crew.
We may not have the bush mechanic rigs, but I guarantee you the tools will be out on this trip. Tank's back in the repair rig.
Jess and Jock gave us a call and said, hey, let's take these cars out to the highest altitude pub in the country.
Tough Dog have parked the Ranger for a Prado, and Blakey's in for Pete.
Unfortunately, Pete's tied up working on the Ranger. Swapped out for him and looking forward to pushing through the snow in the Prado.
Another 100 metres and the brief reprieve ends. Then, it gets worse. The mountains flip. The sky disappears. Full whiteout. And we've still got 1,700 metres to climb. We are pushing through the mountains in what is a hectic 2-day snowstorm. It's just started to hit us now. We have a long way to go to see if we can get to this pub.
First in the convoy, and the snow is getting thicker. There's a bit of a blizzard that had come through, and I'll tell you what, the visibility's down to nothing. The snow's thick, and as you can tell, the revs are high. The GU's working hard to get up this hill, clearing the path for the boys. Lucky they built this and strong, because we're using all that strength to get up here. My golly gosh. Oh, this is sick. Bit of left, right. I don't really know what I'm doing in the snow, but I'm just trying to use all my football driving skills. Bit of of sand driving, a bit of mud driving, blend them all together. Try and get up the hill, but I tell you what, I cannot see that far in front of me.
Traffic jam already. Only just started the tracks. There's a blizzard that's just come over the mountain. It's super cold, and yeah, Jesse's up the front there and he's already stuck, so I think it's going to get pretty hectic pretty quickly.
Oh, this snow is so deep, my gosh. Poor GU.
Break the powder and you hit hard ice. Traction is near non-existent.
Go, 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 GU, go, please, go. Bit left, right, bit left, seems to be working, the old left, right. Yes, 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 and a yes. Go, 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 GU, go. You legend. One way to test a fresh build.
The snow ahead has already become too treacherous, but at least the GU has carved a path for the rest of the vehicles. Oh, that is so soft.
The Prado I think is going to do pretty good, except for my spare tyre hangs really low, so I think if anything's going to hold me up in the snow today, it's going to be that spare tyre.
Dave's low-hung spare acts like an anchor. It's costing him.
Jesse, we've just started.
Yeah, we're probably
Snow
what?
shovel's already out.
300 metres in.
Dave's slipping over.
Dave's slipping over. His tyre, look, I reckon we might even have to take that off. Like he's got a roof rack.
Tank swapped the rear leaf springs for coils, for clearance and control, with plenty of V8 on tap. But today, clearance isn't the only problem.
Hey, front either.
No lockers at all.
Tank's lockers don't seem to be working, which explains a bit because this thing's had a coil conversion since the Simpson Desert. A bit more clearance in the back. But yeah, definitely was unlocked coming up that hill, and we are going to need them.
Not sure if the 79's having locker problems, but that could be a real drama in the snow here.
Day one, mate, we're probably what? We've got 399 kilometres to go, I'd probably say. I don't even know what time of day it is once this blizzard is gone. The visibility's dead.
And look what's in front of us.
As far as I can see, that mound in the middle of the road is looking pretty high.
How's this pub run compared to the desert, mate?
Mate, any pub run is a good pub run, but this one is, I'm going to say polar opposite. It's
it is.
It's not hot. There's no rain yet, there's no flooding, but have a look at this snow.
We're going to have to earn this pub run early on in the piece. The snow shovels are out and the entire crew jumps in to help.
5 minutes on the track and look, we got the whole convoy on the shovels. I don't know, is it me or is it Jock and Jesse? Because I feel like every time I'm on a trip with them, it's just chaos. And we just heard the sound of thunder. Yeah, it's going to get wild before it gets any better.
The boys have done a little bit of digging. I'm going to try and make a bit more progress. We've probably got about 3 car lengths dug.
Well, the storm started, so we need to get moving. Righto, mate. Well, what's happening? This is what Jesse Gleason does best.
The GU throws everything at it and we inch forward. Even a TD42 GU has limits.
I've been going for the old TD cool down.
It's getting a bit hot.
Yeah. Lead car in the snow. Have a look at this. Look at the visibility. Can't see a great deal. The boys are up there digging. That is snow there. Pretty much at window height. The old TD is singing. I work it pretty hard, then I let it cool down. The boys do a bit of digging. We might get on the winch soon to give the boys a little bit of a rest. The first car just got to knock the top off the snow, but this is epic. Have a look at this. One way to test out a fresh build, I reckon.
A few metres dug and back to the push. Each run breaking through the powder, landing on that icy base. The tyres spin, can't grip to anything.
It smells a bit gurgly when you take off, like
The GU's worked hard and is starting to run hot.
there's a bit of coolant on the top thermostat housing. Just popped the bonnet to hit Jesse's winch isolator. I noticed a bit of coolant on the top thermostat housing in the engine. She's getting a bit hot, so we're just going to let it chill for a second and see if we can see if it's a leak or if it's just a little bit of a, you're working me too hard.
Yeah, I think it might have just been leaking. It's probably never had that much pressure in the system.
Yeah.
A leak is probably good because it means there's pressure in the system, which is good.
That's a good way to look
Working
at
it pretty hard. I'm thinking if we just get on the winch for a little bit, just give the car a little bit of a break.
It's at this point that the reality of the situation sets in. Exposed on the side of a mountain and staring down a blizzard.
Our first winch in the new GU. Slowly spin the wheels, break through the snow, and give the engine a bit of a break from the higher revs. It's getting hot. Hard to believe the engine's getting hot in these temperatures, but yeah, she is. First time I've winched in the snow, big tick. First time I've been in the snow. First time I've driven this car since it's been done. Lots of firsts.
Yeah, my US brothers taught us you can get a car unstuck by digging. Although it wasn't raining in the middle of a storm when we did it in the Sierra Nevadas. Oh.
Technique really matters on these climbs.
All right, Luxie.
Don't let the lead vehicle go too far. The convoy works as a team and the front truck can act as an anchor for the next. The Hilux is capable but not the most powerful rig in the crew. It slowly ekes forward.
Inching forward. Weird, because we're in the snow and it's freezing, but you got to watch your engine temps because poor old girl's working hard.
Pretty tough going, Jocko.
Yeah,
the old rock crawler just can't get enough wheel speed.
It's like inching forward bit by bit, but
you left, right, you just got to watch something inside and see if you're still moving.
and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm having to watch the engine temps because I'm inching forward a little bit in the snow, but just the engine's working so hard.
Same as my car. You wouldn't think it would get hot in the snow.
But they are.
TD42 jokes come my way, but you're just ramming it to get the wheel speed. So
Well, Jesse, mate, the two big rigs are up the front.
Yeah.
Lots of winching already, but heaps. Hopefully we've cleared a bit of a part.
Oh, we've had to winch Jesse and Jock up this hill, but the Prado is actually moving. I am so surprised. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh no.
Dave works the Prado hard, but that anchor spare keeps snagging progress.
Got further than I thought I would.
Just spent around about 2.5, nearly 3 hours just getting Jock and Jess up this hill. It's pretty cold. Can't feel my feet. Got the heater on in the 79. The aircon doesn't work, but the heater works, so that's mint.
Look at this. Bogged in the snow. Some of the drifts as high as the side of the car. I'm sinking in. My pants are wet. My socks are wet. My boots are wet.
first car, me, obviously I've got a winch off the side of the track. It's not ideal because there's not many big trees. The rope binds up and also it makes it a bit harder because you're trying to climb out. So what I did with Jock, just so his winch was in the middle, I hooked it to the back of my car. We're doing the same with Dave, that way the winch isn't working as hard, the rope can walk on nicely. And we can sort of just rinse and repeat. I'll winch up, Jock will have it on free spool, then when I'm stopped, he'll lock in and winch up. We'll never do that with the whole crew. Just try and keep a few more people in the cars, keep everyone warm, and also the winches running straight is key.
Yep, I'm good when you're good, Dave. It's starting to get a little bit more complex. Dave is bottoming out on his spare tyre, and it's just high centering in the back there. So I'm hooked to Jesse, Jesse's hooked to a tree, and Dave's hooked to me.
Nearly!
Same method. Daisy chain the winches, tank gets hauled to the group.
It's very slippery.
As the blizzard worsens and temperatures drop, the higher we climb, the harder the snow is to dig. We keep moving.
Bit of a daisy chain to get up this hill. Fortunately, even with the bigger tyres and the lift, just not quite enough clearance. Just getting hung up on the diffs. So if we're just this little bit of a pull, should be enough to get us going.
It's slowly but surely turning into a winch fest. So the way we're going to do it is Jesse's going to winch forward. I'm hooked up to him, my free spool's on. So then when he gets to a good spot, I'll free spool off, winch off him, and we'll just keep going like this. And I'll just reset Jesse a few times as he needs it. That way his battery can recharge whilst I'm winching and vice versa.
The blizzard has really set in now. We need to make it to the summit before we get snowed in.
Got all the boys in front of me, even the camera crew on the shovel. The snow is so deep. It's nearly waist deep in the ruts, and the middle is just so high. I'm just watching the wheel spin. I can just see the back tyre. I don't want to spin it too much. I don't want to spin it enough to get the car going. Slowly watching it. You don't want to break through the surface. It's quite tricky. I don't want to ride the clutch too much either, so.
We've learned how this is done. Winch, dig, winch, dig. Daisy chain the crew up, metre by metre, inch by inch. Don't look back, keep pushing forward.
Yeah, this Aussie snow, a few yanks out there, it's really icy. It's not dry powder, so one, it's hard to shovel, two, it's hard for the cars to push through. So if we look like we don't know what we're doing, our conditions are different.
Yeah, this snow, as we get higher and higher, the snow is getting thicker and thicker. And by the looks of what's landing on the windscreen and bonnet, I think it has just started to snow again, which is pretty crazy. It's got a hard crosser, and once we sort of get that off, but at the moment the whole front diff is just ploughing through.
So we just spent about another hour to get Jock and Jess maybe 200 metres further up the track. Dave's now just trying to push through before we hook him on a winch up. And yeah, it's a little bit scary because my feet are hurting a lot. It is very cold. It's getting wild. It's every man for himself for a bit there. I was up the front digging, the boys are at the back getting cars up. I've dug as far as I can, but the trouble is as we get higher, the snow gets deeper. I fell into snow up there and I was up to my waist, so. Before we were getting to the bottom of the snow, now the snow is so thick, once we dig the top off, we're actually driving on top of it while we're winching. It's actually snowing outside now, the snow is getting deeper and deeper, and I tell you what, my smile's still getting bigger and bigger. This is awesome. I'm cold, I can't really feel my feet, but any type of full driving I froth, especially ones I haven't done before. So, in a new car too, it's just, oh, I love full driving.
After nearly 7 hours of hard winching, digging and frozen feet, a small flattening appears, and the GU finally drives a few metres under its own steam. It feels like a break, until the false peak shows itself.
On beach, so Jock's going to give me a little winch back so I can keep sort of ploughing backwards and forwards. Good to go, mate?
Righto, winching.
A new problem, on the flatter ground, gravity isn't working with you. As soon as you drop into a hollow, the vehicle bellies out and loses all forward momentum. The freezing temperatures mean the snow and ice bond almost instantly to the underside.
So what I'm doing right now is Jesse's quite stuck, and I'm just getting pulled to him when I try and winch him out. But right now I'm reversing back to get Dave. He can winch up to me, and then he can anchor me whilst I winch Jesse back. The weather worsens, and so does our spot. Jesse's so stuck, the Hilux winch rope snaps.
I just kind of jinxed myself. I said before, imagine getting stuck going downhill. I'm pretty much on flat and I'm stuck. So much so, we've tied two cars together and we just broke a winch rope trying to pull me back. And if you look, it's flat ground, but I think it's just that much snow jammed under there. It's a bit of a concern. We might have to use a pulley block or something to get me back, because if I can't go back, I'm definitely not going to be able to go forward.
We tie a bowline in the winch rope and rig up a triple line pull. It works, but it drags Jesse backwards and we need forward. Nice. With the GU now out, Jesse opts for another technique. The snow's gotten so thick, he's managed to get the GU on top of it.
Gonna hold your tongue right, watch the winch, ride your clutch. Stay out of the ruts, but we're staying on top. Trying to stay on top now, I'm just riding the clutch a little, trying to get a little bit less wheel speed. Trying to stay on top of the snow. I might have to do a little bit of digging there where I've slipped in.
Well, we're having double line pulls, redirections, triple line pulls, resets, digging, try again, can't feel your fingers, can't feel your toes. Oh, it's gonna get dark in a second. We've made it about 300 meters, so yeah, we've just got the rest of it to go.
This track here, based on our calculations on the GPS, we're doing about 100 meters an hour. So that's getting all 5 cars up. So, blistering pace.
It works. With the winch on, some digging, the GU floats on top and holds.
We are near the top, the snow is so thick, we're now sitting on top of it and I can see the peak. I probably drove about 5 meters then and I'm hoping I winch a little bit more and I'll be able to drive, but I'll be down the other side. I tell you what, this has been a mountain of madness.
Momentum at last. The GU crests this peak under its own steam.
Woohoo! Yeah! Well, over the hump, I'm winding my winch rope in. I'm going to get the other cars up, but I think every car is going to get easier. I wasn't even spinning my wheels, and I was sort of riding the clutch to try and stay on top. The snow driving's so cool. You've got to add all your forward driving skills together. Bit of mud, bit of sand.
We still need to get the rest of the crew up and the conditions have not eased. After another false peak, and after a few sends, I pop a bead. Simple on a good day, brutal out here.
Hang on, I'll let you don't have the interchange on your left here.
Ah, fair enough, there's not much I can do about it here.
Oh, it's off the bead on the inside.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I've pulled my back left tyre off the wheel on the inside, on the inner bead, and it's proper off.
It's not really a spot where you want to be doing something like this either. A bit of a stitch up.
No, it is a bit of a stitch up.
Snow is a rotten workshop. Soft ground makes the jack sketchy and slow.
We've managed to jack up the vehicle and dig out the rut of snow. I'm hoping we'll get enough air into the tyre to sit it on a bit nicer. We'll find out.
That's better, whatever you're doing. You got any more? One more on that? We're going to shovel the back of it more, I guess.
And we just checked Dave's car because it is getting freezing. The inside temperature said feels like minus 17. I'll tell you what, I don't think it's lying because we're all shivering. We can't feel our feet, can't feel our fingers. But we need to keep on keeping on to get to camp so we can get a bit of a fire going. It's going to be one cold night and probably a late one too.
You see the bead at the back moving at all?
Yep,
Hey.
it's on now.
I knew it. That always scares me so much. I didn't bring the bush mechanic rig, but I'm still doing a bit of bush mechanics in the snow. Bit of the old ratchet strap on the tyre to kind of set the tyre square so the bead pops on. Bit of air, king chrome high lift jack, heaps of flex so you got plenty of room to work. We're almost out.
With that repair, it descends into the cold of night.
We're now just double lining pull Dave up because the Prado's super stuck, and then hopefully we're on our way. It's getting pretty dark outside.
The blizzard's still battering us, and the temperature rapidly dropping.
The GU hasn't got a heater and I couldn't feel my fingers, so I've just started up, popped the bonnet, holding onto the top radiator hose to try and warm my fingers up and regain some feeling. Got to think outside the box sometimes.
At the moment, we're sort of nearing the flat part at the top. I mean, tanker getting through all right, because a few of the guys in front are obviously sort of ploughing through and having to winch a bit more.
Right, so the Prado is full bellied up, bash plate, the whole chassis, fuel tank, especially the rear tire. We are high centered.
The snow is relentless, and another problem waits up the track.
So we've got a little bit of a new problem here. My winch rope had snapped. We tried to kind of tie it together. That didn't work. It's a different kind of rope that you can't splice. So now we've got a winch extension on Dave and we're trying to use Dave's car to winch off the back of Jock and hopefully pull me out, and I'm not feeling it. And it just started actually snowing.
With the last of our energy, we haul the convoy to the top where at last we can crawl without constant winching and shoveling.
What do you reckon, guys? We did about 1K in one day. I reckon that this snow driving is actually pretty insane, but I might be able to feel my fingers or feet, but I'm still smiling.
It's starting to chuck it down now. We've got a long way to go though, mate.
I'm just happy we're on the downhill. Let's fingers crossed and get down this hill before the snow gets any deeper.
To be honest, I'm just happy Dave's here to save the old King Chrome 79 again. I think like we make a good team, Dave.
Now atop the mountain, the brief is simple. Find flat ground and camp. Sub-zero temperatures mean no one lingers.
Well, safe to say that escalated quickly. It has been snowing and raining and been boggy and a bit of a winch challenge all day. I've done an alternator, but for now I reckon the boys are all pretty tired, wet, cold and hungry, so there is a remedy for that. If today was anything to go by, we have a long way to go to get to this pub.
A few k's along the ridge, we find an open patch. In minutes, camp's up and we're into the swags, chasing warmth back into the fingers and toes. Tomorrow, if the weather allows, we aim for the pub. We wake up to a frozen wasteland. The Australian bush, frozen in the morning wind. The rigs, painted white, swags and awnings blanketed. On mornings like this, the first job is warmth. Hot food, coffee, and a fire go a long way. An opportunity to dry out the boots and warm the gloves.
We got off the track so late last night and my alternator completely died as we were driving towards camp. So when we got here, we pretty much just set up our swags and went to bed. And now in the cool light of day, it's making it a bit easier to change. The boys have got a fire going, so when my hands get too cold from working on this engine, I can go and warm them up for a bit. So the easiest way to change them is to pull the battery out and unbolt the aircon compressor, and then you've got a bit easier access. Although I can't actually feel my fingers right now, so it's going to be a bit of a long process, I reckon.
It's slower going in the cold, but eventually the new alternator is in.
I think this battery is cooked, but hopefully it should get me through the rest of the trip.
Yesterday turned into chaos and we actually forgot to show you the new rig. Here it is, and here's how it handled its first proper day of punishment.
Didn't really get a chance yesterday to introduce you to this car. You might think it's a new car. This is actually the Barnyard Fine GU. It looks a little bit different, been hard at work in the shed. One thing that I reckon finished the GU off perfectly is this flash shiny set of CSA wheels. Now, not only do they look good, they're actually load rated to suit my GVM upgrade, and they now come in negative offsets. What that means is the wheel will stick out a little bit further and hopefully keep these shiny GU panels off the bank. Anyway, I'm gonna go keep testing them out in the snow.
Quick spanner check and Dave makes the call. Pull the Parado's spare tyre off that's been acting as an anchor. This should help it roll a lot quicker now.
What a way to start, hey?
Oh man, yesterday was crazy. That snowstorm set in. I reckon it's in for a few days. Visibility is still low today, but yesterday, what did we get? One mountain done in one whole day. Crazy, hey?
Yeah, mate, you're not wrong. It was pretty wild. And if yesterday's anything to go by, I reckon we need to do our best to start making some miles because we've got a long way to go to get to this pub.
I tell you what, I hope they've got the fireplace cranking.
We barely moved yesterday. Today, we have to. The pub is still hundreds of hard Ks away, with plenty waiting to stop us. The blizzard lifts, for now, and reveals a spectacular traverse. Side cut on a snowy face with a sheer drop. Icy ground means caution. A few more Ks on, a moment stops us cold.
Yeah, guys, we have to come back. We've got a problem with Tank's car. Snapped something at the front suspension. It's off the side of the road.
We backtrack and breathe again. Tank's steering has let go, but he slid into the shallow side, avoiding a catastrophe.
We were driving along and Tank just lost steering and darted off the side of the track. We feared the worst. It's never good to lose your steering, but if you're going to, this is probably about as good as it comes because hopefully we can just put a new bolt back on and we'll be away. Lucky he's driving slow.
A coin flip. Earlier on, those exposed sections, and it could be very different.
Tank is very lucky because had this happened going at freeway speeds, the whole car would just roll over because you lose steering. Basically, it's the rod that connects your right and your left wheels together. If you're going really fast, that happens. The front just tends to dip and the car wants to blow. So he's very lucky to be alive. We're lucky to have Tank here.
We're alive and that's what matters.
This may not be as simple fix as we'd hoped because it's chewed out the end of the thread.
Yep.
I was hoping we could just put a new nut back on, but these are different obviously. Because I just don't know, because this is obviously I'd imagine to suit a patrol, so maybe Jesse has a spare one. So if Jesse has the spare one of them, because it looks like a patrol one, we might be okay. Just a little bit. For the drag link ends, it's basically like two little caps that come onto a ball like that. They're not very good and they shear, because there's a fair bit of a load on a poor little pin.
What seems straightforward proves tougher than expected.
Jock's now changed the tyre and he's done up the nut and said it didn't feel tight. So he's gone to wiggle the steering wheel and the whole knuckle's actually flogged out as a result of that old tyre dam being a little bit loose. It's flogged out the knuckle. So it's not a great situation. It does mean we can limp it out of here, but on these windy roads, Tank's gonna have to take it very easy. How's it feel now, Tank, to have your steering back and be able to steer straight along the road?
Look, boys, I'm pretty proud of the jerry fix we've done on it for now, but it's a little bit scary, and that was a pretty big moment there, and it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it definitely could have been, mate. You're nice and lucky on that one.
On the ridgeline, the storm signature is loud. Snow halfway up tree trunks and a white sheet where a dirt track was.
The snow is super thick right at the top of the mountain here. It could be a bit of backward and forth action. So far so good, I'm staying on top, but
It's so strange, snow, because you think you just need power all the time, and you'll be going along, and then
just at the minute where you don't expect it, you just break through the surface and then that's it.
We're making steady progress, but the brief lull in the storm ends.
All right, the snow has just started absolutely dumping down, and we're actually getting into some deep snow now.
It's about 0 degrees at the moment. Definitely feeling the cold.
The Alps are swallowed by whiteout again. Flat grey sky and heavy snow. We push through the cloud, slow and steady. The saving grace is we're dropping elevation. Gravity finally doing us a favour.
We descend and trade white for mud. Yet pockets of snow remain, proof of how heavy the blizzard was.
First little water crossing that we've done on this trip so far, which is pretty mental because High Country's got a lot of them, but yeah, this is the first one I've come across.
Meltwater and fresh rain turns creek into quick rivers. The water's near 0 degrees. Depth is the question, but we can't get wrong.
Another big day. I feel like we've made a lot more ground today. Couple of night river crossings to finish it off. I'll tell you what, river crossings at night is pretty bloody cool. That one's nearly up to the bonnet. Wow.
It's deep enough to get water in the car, but it's not long enough for it to get in, so nice little crossing.
A few rivers crossed and we crack on in the dark, weaving through valleys knowing full well that when we ascend, there will be snow waiting for us. Ahead, the wild weather has brought down a massive gum tree right in our path. There's only one thing for it. The pub is on the other side of that.
This is the reason the High Country gets so hectic in winter and a lot of tracks shut. Look at the size of this tree. It's pretty fresh too by the looks of it. Probably all that wind and that storm, but wow. This is a big tree, but when you come to places like this, you bring a big chainsaw. The plan with the boys, we had a bit of a powwow. Tank's gonna put a bottle jack underneath there, just because there's obviously a lot of weight there. I don't want my saw to get stuck. This is gonna be a big job. Onwards.
The bottle jack holds up the tree so the chainsaw doesn't get jammed.
Hey!
The weight of this tree is hard to know, but just on the piece we're cutting alone, it will be close to, if not more than a ton.
Beauty! I love it when a plan works.
We snake the valley and climb to the next range.
With momentum back, we take a breath and let the High Country show off.
We have pushed pretty hard. Very late night last night, set up camp in the dark and it was super cold. So today we're thinking of treating ourselves. We found a nice spot just up here. Might pull in, get a bit of a fire going, dry out some of our stuff and then get a good sleep in. We'll get up early in the morning and continue on our journey.
We've pushed, dug and winched for days. Moments like this pay the bill.
I'm going to do something pretty special at this camp. The boys have been working pretty hard. I'm going to say they've worked up a bit of a thirst. I've got this nifty little drawer, probably my favourite thing about this whole tray. I'm going to scoop up some snow, put in there, put some 4X in there, bring around and surprise them with my little slide out esky.
We've been using these Samba fire logs for quite some time, and there's good reason for it too. When it's been chucking it down with rain and the timber has been soaked, these have started the fire every single time. So much so, they've become an essential part of our kit. Perfect for tonight because it's going to get proper cold, and look at the state of this timber. It is soaked to the core. It's been sitting under wet snow for months. It's even got snow still on it. And the big pile we've cut there, covered in snow. That's because it is going to get freezing tonight. So we're going to need a big fire. Have a couple of these for when you need it, and trust me, this fire is going to light. Pulled up at this stunning campsite. Those mountains over there, amazing. Time for a 4X out of the Dometic. Actually,
Come on, boys. I know you've been working hard. I got something pretty special for you in the toolbox here. Yeah, good little treats. Come on over. When you be here for the reveal, have a look at this. What do you reckon's in here?
treats.
Little treat. Look at this.
Oh,
We're going to the pub. It's taking us a while to get to the pub, so I've made a makeshift one. I bought it from the servo on the way here. But hey, dig in, boys.
Look at that. Ice cold.
I'm going to call this the halfway pub.
Yeah.
It is. It's very cool. Look at that. Put it back in there. We don't want it to melt. And enjoy your beer from the halfway pub.
How good's that? Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Halfway pub. Heat, noise, smiles. A brief ceasefire with winter. Tomorrow, if the mountain's in a good mood, we go and collect the big one. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. We don't know what today's got lined up, but right now, it doesn't matter. Just look at that. A sunrise of all sunrises. What a beautiful place.
She is freezing this morning. The old TD isn't a fan of these cold starts, but actually started all right. It is puffing a bit of smoke though in the mornings. I think I've got a dribbly injector. Oh well, that's why I bought this thing. They're pretty bush proof, even if they're not running 100%.
Well, what a morning. Brilliant camp last night. No snowfall, but it was super cold. But we got a big fire going, we had a good feed, we all had a beer or two, had a good chat, and nice and warm in the swag last night. You can see why people would come out here and do this. So packed up this morning, back in the cars now, and ready to keep pushing on to this pub because wouldn't mind a bit of a pub feed and nice cold beer.
We point straight back up the mountain. Easier than day one, the snow's bedded in and hardened. But today's challenge is on the flats.
As the snow builds, it freezes the mud and water beneath. Break through and it gets properly treacherous.
One final push to get to our final destination. I tell you what, this snow just keeps falling. Look how thick it is out the window. And the tracks, we thought they were getting easier, but they're getting tougher and tougher. This last one, they reckon we're going to have a work cut out for us. But I tell you what, we are not going to give up. We're having a ton of fun. It's a whole new experience driving in the snow, and it just keeps coming down. Here we go. Looks like there used to be a bit of a mud hole here, and now it's fully iced over. I'm going to drop the GU in and see how we go. I'm just going to go in slow because I don't really know what's at the bottom. Could be an interesting one, I think. I can hear it cracking through all the ice. My God. This is wild. Far out. Oh. The ice is like 50 mil thick. It looks like there's a big jump up at the end here. Wow.
Sure enough, the big GU has broken through and dropped in deep. Ice sheets have built up at the front of the bog hole, making the exit extremely tricky.
It's back to our old technique. We push the snow inch by inch. But as we learnt on the first day, that doesn't last long.
Jock, I might need your help. I might need a little tug back, mate.
ice up here is like 50 mil thick, man.
Yeah, copy that, mate. You're forging away. Sometimes it happens. I'll get the winch ready for a quick pullback.
I'd get out and help, but I can't open my door.
If I fall in the mud here, Jesse owes me a beer.
You get me out of this mud, Jocko, and I'll buy everyone the first round.
Alright, I hooked you up. I'm just going to go back and winch in. Ready, mate?
Yeah, mate, ready. I'm driving back.
Yep.
I can drive now, so I'm pretty good, but I'd probably leave it set up because I might need 1 or 2 more winch backs maybe to clear the path.
The job is to get out of the mud and back on top of the snow. Easier said than done.
There's a wall in front of me.
Attempt number 2 is better, and Jesse's clearing a good path for the rest of the convoy. Almost. Nice, mate. Well done.
That was a ton of fun. I reckon you should be able to idle through that now to clear a bit of a path.
The Luxie's been performing well in the snow and idles through. It's definitely not the fact that Jesse just cleared the path for me. Jesse made it so easy.
Turns out this beer has a cover charge, paid in winching. And Dave's picking up the tab.
Too low. I think I've bellied out.
Even with the tyre off, the Parado is down and out. A far cry from its glory in the Simpson.
So with a little bit of help from Jock, Jesse got through this bog hole. We had to winch him back. Jock then just drove straight on through, no issues whatsoever. And Dave just got hung up at the end, so I think he's getting a little snatch out. And then we'll see if we can get the 79 through. So it's getting on a bit in the day now, and that pub's seeming like a long way away still.
No rig left behind. Bush mechanic rules apply. We are reaching that pub. End of story.
One more, just like that. Free. Yes.
Dave took the slow and steady approach. I'm going to take the full feed it and let it eat approach, so see what happens.
I'm sure whatever Tank does, it's going to be spectacular.
He's going to send it, I think.
Last pinch. Tank tips it in, V8 on song, but these mountains, they've got other ideas.
I think I'm bogged.
Bit of a common denominator here. Not really going to class Jock's car as a Toyota because it's highly modified. My Patrol on the other hand, pretty stock Nissan, got through. I did have to get pulled back once, but I was forging the path. First car, hardest job, got through. You bring a pretty standard Toyota in, suspension, wheels and tyres, having a Patrol, gets stuck, has to get towed out. Another pretty standard Toyota, gets stuck, has to get towed out. So there's a lot of pressure on Blake, but I'm going to predict the future here that he's going to get stuck and have to get towed out. And I reckon if I drove around and had another go, then Nissan would get through.
Budged a little bit.
Dave's trying to give me a snatch and it's not going very well. I think I moved about 4 millimeters.
The Cruiser must be down bad because it isn't budging on the snatch at all.
I think I'm just getting deeper.
Tank,
Yeah, mate.
we're trying to tow you forwards, then we're going to try to tow you backwards, mate. I reckon the first round of beers might be on you if you don't get this second go.
Alright, I'll get it second go, but I'll shout the beers anyway, mate.
I don't think you could rev the King Chrome 79 anymore. I heard it from right at the end of the track, but I'm keen to watch this time.
I hear that as a go. I'm ready if everybody's clear.
Blake's been a quiet achiever at the back. He's got snow time and comes to the rescue.
Yeah, okay, you get it. Yeah, she's coming.
But much like day one, we can pull backwards, but we need forwards. Tank locks in for this next run.
Made it!
Nicely driven, mate. That thing's got a bit of power.
Blake, plus that tough dog suspension, well, it's basically a cheat code.
Yes! Yes, go, go!
Oh, so close, Blakey. Did you have a locker? You would have been through there. Can you go back at all?
He's watched how the rest of us has drove it, but he cops it chewed up. And he nails it.
Beautiful, Blake. Well done, mate. That was awesome.
Well, boys, we're inching forward in the snow.
It's testing us every track we poke our nose down, but we're also having fun, aren't we?
We are. To the pub.
A few slow, careful Ks through fresh powder along the ridge. The target's on the horizon now.
Victorian High Country in winter in the snow is probably some of the craziest conditions I've ever been full driving in before. I want you guys to put in the comments down below what's the craziest conditions you've ever been full driving in. I'm going to go through all the comments and I'm going to pick some of my favourites, and you guys are going to be lucky enough to win yourself some Repco vouchers.
Just over the next peak is the pub. Not much between us now. We can taste the beer on our lips. With this crew, nothing stops us. The further we push, the tougher it gets.
Drifts at window height, the GU's out front, shouldering the load and cutting a trench. But it's properly deep.
Might need a little tug back, Jock. I'm on the exit, I'm so close, but yeah, just got stuck. We're now pushing across the top of the mountain. We thought the going was going to be easy, but have a look at this. There's about a metre of fresh snow. Underneath that, there is a track somewhere, but there's heaps of mud on top of it. I'm sort of pushing as far as I can. Jock will pull me back and then we'll go forward. We are making progress, but it's very slow. We definitely have to work to get to this pub.
And work we will. The GU is ploughing through nearly a metre of fresh powder, courtesy of the blizzard.
Made it through one. Just in front of me is another one. I can see an icy top on it dips away a lot. And that's to the top of the snow, so it's going to dip away a lot more to the bottom of the track. But we'll see how we go, eh? Hold on to your hats, we're going in. Oh, wasn't even too bad.
With that, I stay on the loud pedal, knowing full well if I let off, I may go down again.
Whoa.
Incoming. With the trench lines now dug, the Hilux crawls through with relative ease. Every win counts. It's crazy the difference a bit of snow ploughing makes, eh?
Oh, you're like idling through, and I was definitely not idling through.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Lucky you're in front.
Yeah.
The Prado redemption arc. She sails through like she means it. The rest of the crew glide in behind. No loitering, the pub is right there.
The radar tyres flick curtains of white. Every spray is a metre banked.
One last shove to the finish. The highest pub in Australia, the General. Coldest beer in the country. Worth every frozen toe, every soaked sock, every broken bit. Mountains climbed, metre deep drifts ploughed. All for a pint that tastes like victory. But something tells me we took the hard way. Maybe next time we catch the bus. Hey, boys?
Well, Jesse, we made it, mate.
We finally made it. It was quite the journey, quite a challenge to get here. But
Australia's highest altitude pub. We're here ready for a beer.
Behind us.
There is one thing though, mate. Looking around, I think, did we take a different route to some other people?
You know me, I like a good shortcut. We couldn't come the easy way. We had to come the full drive 24/7 way, and that we did. But we did make it after a bit of a struggle.
It's cold out here, mate. We've been cold for several days. Camping in it, driving in it, it has been epic. Now there's one more thing to do. Let's get inside
and get a beer.
Sounds good.
Doesn't matter the pub, it's about the journey. What a crew, what a trip. Until next time. Well, boys, we've earned these ones, so I reckon a couple more beers here. Maybe we could go tobogganing, Jesse.
Maybe, sounds like fun to me.
We'll catch you next time on 4Drive 24/7. Cheers.
The Camel Trophy was once the greatest adventure ever to be tackled in a four-wheel drive. A true test of survival, grit and determination, but then it was cancelled, slipping into legend. 24 years later, we are back and we're going to replicate it. Our expedition starts right here.